Welcome, everyone, to Influential Leadership Tips. My name's Dave Miller.
And I'm John Hadley. And Dave, I read a quote that resonated with me by a CEO saying that most people don't have a clear sense of their strengths and weaknesses. And I realize this is often a blind side that we have. We think we do. We think we know what our strengths and weaknesses are. But what I've found in the past is when I've challenged clients to go out and interview past bosses, past coworkers, and just get really vulnerable about what is it that you liked best about working with me? What things do you think I could improve? What would you have said were my strengths when we worked on this project? Do they always find a surprise? The person says, well, you know, your greatest strength was that you never got upset when something went wrong. So you were a very calming influence on the, and your reaction is, really? Isn't everyone that way? I never even occurred to me that that was something unique I brought to the table. When I've had this sort of conversation with people, I've always found something that I just assumed everyone operated that way and didn't realize it was something that set me apart.
Mm-hmm.
So often we have blind sides. We don't think about or certain things that are strengths or weaknesses are just things that we don't think about. So you can create a roadmap for things you can do and things you can take advantage of to be more effective as a leader. Now, the key to doing this is you have to get vulnerable. It's not enough if I came to you and I said, Dave, tell me, what do you think? How am I doing? Well, one thing, you're going to be a little wondering, where's this going? And, does he really want honest feedback? So I've got to really encourage the deep, honest feedback. But, if you, say something, that if I came to you and I said, so Dave, what do you think about the way we operate together?
I like how you take a very subservient role in our partnership and do whatever I say. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, Dave, I don't think I'm that subservient. I mean, that's really ridiculous of you to say that. So what would happen at that point?
It would shut down the conversation.
Yeah, you'd be like, okay, he doesn't really want to hear anything negative. So one of the keys to this is you have to signal that you really are open to whatever they want to say to you. If they say something, that you could improve, don't ever try to defend what you've done. Just get really curious. So, Dave, that's really interesting. I never thought of myself as subservient. Can you give me an example so I can see how that plays out?
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm showing that I'm actually interested in hearing what you have to say.
Right.
And so the real key to this is get vulnerable, be really curious, really ask some probing questions, ask for examples that help you understand it. And that's where you'll get the real surprise, because the person doesn't always want to share that negative. They're afraid how you're going to react. And when they see that you're really interested and open, then they're willing to share more. It doesn't mean you have to automatically accept the feedback, but you should think through it, get all the feedback, and then afterwards you go and you think about it. You can always come back. I could come back and say, Dave, I've really thought about what you said, and I wanted to run something by you because I don't feel like I've been subservient. I feel like what I've been is more on the supportive side, and here's how I see it, but tell me what I'm missing about it. And so,
by the way, I don't want you to change a thing. I like the way it's going. That wasn't a criticism. That was a strength.
Oh, okay. So the key is just don't get defensive.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good advice. Be curious. You're there to learn. It brings up another point, which means you got to pick your people really carefully, because it's not easy to find people that are going to be super honest with you. You
Hmm.
know, people will often, not that they're trying to be deceptive or anything, but they don't want to hurt your feelings. They want, so you need someone that's going to give it to you straight, but that's both the positive and negative. I mean, here's the other thing you'll find. You'll find that many people will tell you things about yourself that are very positive that you didn't know about yourself.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll give you an example, and this was in a coaching situation, and a coach training situation. Um, and the feedback I got from the group was, I really like it when you use humor, because it makes you come alive. It brings something else out in you that uh, isn't there. It kind of is disarming. And it's like, wow, I never knew that. I thought it was kind of corny, or I thought maybe, I should pull back a little bit. But no, people were kind of invited that out, so that was good
Right.
feedback for me to know.
Yeah, well, I had a client who we had a good relationship. Things went well. He landed. I helped him with how he's going to get on board, get to the next level, and so on. But he was kind of a very matter of fact sort of person. Didn't come out with a lot of emotion all the time. So at the end, I was like, I wonder how much impact this had. And then I heard from someone who said that he had been referred by this person, and I called him up and just said, "Hey, I heard from so and so, and I just wanted to thank you for making the referral." He said, "No, I talk about you all the time and how great it was working with you. You really made it so easy to get on board and really be seen as a top performer." I was like, "Oh wow!" I never heard this directly from him before, so it felt really validating to see, yeah, okay, that what I was doing was really having an impact.
Yeah, so when you go kind of on, I look at this as almost like a treasure hunt.
Hmm.
You're going and talking to people, and you're going to get really gems that are going to make you feel really good. You're going to get other stuff that shouldn't make you feel bad. It's just saying, okay, here's something, a rough edge I may need to smooth out, or something that I can do more or less that would improve my interactions with other people.
Yeah.
So it's all good stuff.
So my homework for you for this week is find someone who you could do this with. Start with someone that feels really safe, and so that you get some practice in doing this, and then you could branch out to the people who are a little further removed. But really go out, make yourself vulnerable, have a good conversation about what am I doing really well. We worked on this project together. I'd love to get your feedback. What did you love about the way we worked together? What did you think I contributed? What things do you think I could do better or improve? And also keep in mind, if it's someone who's works for you, they're going to be much more guarded because they're afraid that if they give you negative feedback, that might impact how you judge them going forward. So take that in mind. Be careful not to be at all defensive in anything anyone says. Show that you really want this feedback, and look forward to talking to you all next week.
And until then, be influential.